We want to delve a little further into these public opinion issues on gun rights. And we have two people, not necessarily from opposite ends of the debate, but nuanced opinions on this. Jerry Henry is the executive director of GeorgiaCarry.org. And we also have with us State Senator Vincent Fort, who represents the 39th district in the state and also Minority Whip. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Nice
Good to
hear.
see you.
So as I understand it, and let me begin with you, Jerry, you were not surprised by this Pew Research poll.
No, I'm not surprised.
Why not?
Well, because I believe that is the trend. I don't believe that there has been that much animosity towards people owning guns. I think it's more of a trend of where they're displayed, etc. And even that is turning around. I think there's a lot of people in the last few years, I would run into people who I didn't know carried firearms because they didn't talk about it. And when you start asking people how do they own firearms, especially over the telephone, people are going to tell you no, just because they don't think it's any of your business.
Okay, now, Vincent, what about the nuanced views that we were talking about before in terms of gun control versus gun regulation, strong support for background checks, those kind of things? Does this poll kind of get at that or not?
Well, yeah, this poll doesn't surprise me. People like me who advocate for gun safety and gun violence prevention have never wanted to take people's guns away. I believe that an individual ought to have the right to protect themselves with a firearm. But that's a different question than should we have guns everywhere. Jerry's organization believes that guns ought to be everywhere except prisons. His legal counsel, when I was debating him another time, said we ought to have guns everywhere except for prisons, churches, restaurants, and even bars. So I'm not surprised that the Pew Research reinforces the view of people that they ought to have firearms to protect themselves.
I'll tell you what did surprise me, though, was that second question that they asked, which is it safer to have a gun in the home than not? And let me just say, statistics tell us, all statistics that we have tell us it's actually you're more likely to be shot by a gun in your own home than ever use it in intervening in a crime. But it surprised me that more Americans thought it was safer to have the gun there.
Well, I think over the last 2 years, there have been a lot of things going on, not only Newtown, but other incidents, events that highlight gun violence and people being at risk. So I'm not even surprised by that. The real public policy question that I've been working on is the same one that Antonin Scalia, Supreme Court Justice of all people, has laid out. He says people should have the right to own a firearm, but the government has a right to regulate where and under what conditions they ought to own them. Should they have them in bars? Antonin Scalia says it's up to the government to say whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. So it's just what you said. It's a nuanced issue. Should people own guns? Yes. Should they be able to carry them anywhere at any time in schools, on college campuses? I think not. I believe that makes us less safe than more safe.
Well, let me bring this back to you, Jerry, because I think one of the problems that people, or mistakes people often make, is by painting all gun owners or all gun rights advocates with a broad brush. They all think guns should be everywhere. They all have the same opinion. And I know that's not the case.
Really?
Exactly. I know that's not the case. There's a lot of difference of opinions even among gun owners.
Yes, there are.
So tell me about this sort of what he was talking about in terms of the nuances between gun safety and the right to bear arms itself.
Well, I believe in gun safety. I think if you go back to the founding of this country, when the Second Amendment was written, it was the obligation of the parents to teach their children how to use firearms. We got rid of that later on in life. We let somebody else start doing it. We didn't do it properly. But yes, we should always have gun safety. I practice gun safety, but I don't think that we need to put that above the right of me owning a firearm or me having a carry license.
Okay, now how does one then put gun safety? I mean, we have a lot of deaths from accidental shootings in the home, not just of people inside the house, but we've had a number of reports of shootings that go toward the neighbor's house and a firearm goes off, someone gets killed or someone gets injured. How does one both protect the right to keep firearms, as many as you like, and prevent those accidental shootings?
Well, firearms don't just go off. somebody misused the firearm.
Right, but sometimes that's a child.
Well, it may be a child, but if you brought your child up properly, that won't happen. I have a 17-year-old grandson that's been shooting for 8 years, and I feel safer around him with a firearm than I do anybody else, because I taught him properly how to hold them, how to use them, and when to use them. And
but should that be regulated then?
I regulated it. I don't think it should be regulated by the government whether or not I can let my 6-year-old or 7-year-old grandson shoot a firearm and start teaching him at an early age how to do anything. You teach a child from birth how to do things. Why should guns be any different if you're teaching them safely?
So I'm assuming you have a different view on that.
Well, I believe that the broad availability of guns, I mean, you're right. A gun in the house is more likely to be used to harm someone within the household than it is
quite a bit more likely
than somebody who's doing a home invasion or something like that. A 4 or 5-year-old seeing a gun, on the bureau is at risk, and people don't do enough to make sure that their children are safe. So, I think one of the things that the Pew survey shows as you look at it is that people are probably owning more guns, but less able to be safe with those guns.
Well, the number of gun owners has actually shrunk. I wonder, Jerry, if you...
I don't think so, but...
It has, actually. The number of people who say that they own guns has gone
down. Who say
down.
that they own. Remember what I said earlier. If you call me up and ask me if I own a firearm, you'll get a no.
Okay.
And
well, that also includes licensed holders.
If you look at Black Friday, there were over 175,000 firearms sold on Black Friday. Most of those weren't sold to the same guys. And in each state, like Georgia, for instance, who own or who hold a Georgia weapons license, you don't have background checks. And the 175,000 is the background checks that the FBI ran on Black Friday.
Right. But to the best of our knowledge, about 20% of gun owners own 65% of the guns in the United States. So let me ask we have only about a minute left, okay. So let me ask you this last question, which is especially according to this Pew study, is the constant rhetoric that the government may be coming to take our guns. Do you think that may be motivating this strong, passionate defense of gun rights?
I think that it does to a degree, yes. There's no doubt about that. When somebody thinks that one of their rights or something that they have is going to be taken away from them, then they do react to that.
And is that a realistic... Do you feel like the threat of taking away guns is a realistic fear?
I don't know that taking away is, but certainly banning certain firearms is. And there are states after Sandy Hook who passed some of the more stringent laws that have confiscated guns that did not meet their laws afterwards.
And we'll have to end it there. I'm sure there's much more to say. Jerry Henry is the executive director of GeorgiaCarry.org. And we also had with us State Senator Vincent Fort, who represents District 39 in the State Assembly. Thanks to you both.
Thank you for having us.
I'm Celeste Headley. This is On Second Thought.